Okay, guys, so the other day I received a comment on the old Yelangu wireless microphone video that we did about a year ago. And just to go ahead and throw it out there, I know I owe you guys a lot of follow-up videos on a lot of products, and I promise you they are coming. I'm trying to get those done within this first half of this year, but I promise you they are in the works. So anyway, the comment came from Trez Pat, and the comment, I put it up here on the screen. The comment was basically, do you still use the Yelangu wireless microphone system? Obviously, it's been about a year. For the most part, they sound okay. It's not as good as the Rode or the DJI wireless system. What are some things you dislike about it? Is it okay for interviews? What issues have you run into while using them? All right. So again, I know I owe you guys those follow-up videos, and I promise you they're coming. But we've used these now for right at a year. It's been about a good year now since I've had the Yelangu system, and I know you guys don't see any of the wireless microphone system that much in my videos because honestly, and this is to answer his question about do I use these still, what I use all my wireless microphone systems for is top-down shots. So I don't know if you guys ever pay attention or hear in the video how I might start out with using like a mic like this or like my K688, and you hear the audio quality change when we go into the top-down shots because I use my iPhone. That is when I use these. I use all of my wireless microphone systems. They are on rotation. And basically when one dies, I just use the other one, put one on the charger and so forth and so on. So throughout a lot of my videos in the past year, you probably heard this quite a few times, but just probably couldn't, recognize it, or basically I just never said I was using it. But that's what I use all of my wireless systems for. The Mayono, the Foldry, this Yelangu, even the Vegu. I use it for the top-down shot. So anytime you see a top-down shot of any product or anything that I'm talking about, 100% guarantee I'm using a wireless microphone system, one of those without a lapel mic. That's the way I rock it, and I just tweak the audio in post. Now, just to kind of go into just talking a little bit more about these, because the question was some things that I dislike about it. All right? So a couple of things I do dislike about it. It's only a handful. Well, not even a handful. It's really two big major things I hate. I'm going to say I dislike. I don't want to say hate because that's a strong word, but what I dislike about these is the size. I don't like the size. They are too big. They're too bulky. And when you put them on your shirt, it has a tendency to droop down. So that's why I actually threw this sweater on, so that when I clip this on and give you guys just another quick sample audio test, it won't make my shirt drip down. I'm sorry. But I don't like the bulkiness. And another thing I don't like is that the audio quality is great, but I feel like you have to do a lot of work in post in order to make the audio quality sound great. Now, when I first used these back in the day, it sounded good straight off because I didn't have too many other systems to kind of compare it to. But being that I've had the Mayono, the Foldry, using microphones like this, using the Vegu, I can hear the difference with all of the systems now. And with this one, I have a few settings in my LumaFusion app. I have a few settings, even on the Mac Mini for LumaFusion, have a few settings that's already programmed for the Yelangu wireless. So that's what I typically do. When I get done using these, I drop the audio or whatever the case, and then I just apply my preset that I've used to kind of shape my voice with these Yelangu systems, all right? But honestly, they sound pretty good. I will say this, I think it's a toss-up between using it just straight on like this with the mic versus using it with a lapel. The lapel mics that I've used with it, they do kind of sound a little bit better than just running it straight up like this, but I prefer to use them straight up. I don't really prefer lapel mics. I'm not a fan of how they look. I'm not a fan of running wires and stuff like that. So to be honest with you, I just prefer to use them all without lapel mics, even this one, and that's how I actually run it. And now to answer that question about interviews, is it okay to do interviews with these? Just keep in mind, this is just one microphone, one receiver. I haven't seen them come out with like a dual set to where that you can have like one on this person and one on another person, or one on yourself and one on somebody else, to do an interview that way. But just keep in mind, if you did want to run something like this as far as an interview is concerned, you would probably have to kind of rig it up to where that this audio is feeding into the camera, and then your audio coming from your other primary source will be feeding into that camera as well. So just keep that in mind. So to answer that question, it's a toss-up. It depends on how your system look, how you're running it, and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. But I think you can do it if you rig it correctly. All right. What other issues have you ran into while using these? Honestly, I haven't ran into too many issues with using these. At the very beginning, I did run into, and this is not really a full-on issue. I think it's more of a making sure your camera is set correctly, volume internally, whether internal volume on your camera or your phone or whatever the case, because they will clip really easy. If you have this turned up too high and you don't, have the audio, and you have the audio turned up too high on your camera or your phone, it will clip really easy. I do feel like they are very sensitive to your voice. So just be wary of that. And another thing about these is that I feel like the highs are high. And again, I've used quite a few more wireless systems as well as microphones like this. And I think the highs on these are a little bit too high in a sense. So I do have presets, like I said, to where that it helps me kind of bring and kind of fix the audio for me to my liking according to my voice, because I already have a high pitched voice anyway, you know what I mean? So but anyway, build quality on these things, plastic, but they do look good. I like how they look. I just don't like that they are too bulky. I feel like they're too bulky. Let me put one up here. See what I'm saying? They're a little bit too bulky. And this is the other one. This is the mic. As you can see, it's a little bit bulky, man. Look how big that is. That's really bulky, but they do look good. I like that branding on them. The branding looks nice. They do look nice. And when you turn them on, you just hold them. And as soon as you turn them on, they instantly pair up. As you can see, they instantly pair up. So again, it's a good system. The price on these right now is about $59. I think I got it right here. I saved it just so I can kind of let you guys know. Yeah, the price on these is $59.50 right now with the 40% off coupon right here. 40% off coupon, $59.50. So, you know, I think that's kind of like a standard price when you're finding something that's a little bit on the cheaper side. I feel like all wireless microphone systems on the cheaper side start somewhere between that $45 to $60 range and then go up from there. But other than that, I want to give you guys a quick little sample audio test of these, man. And hopefully, Triz Pet, I answered your question, but we will end this video using these. So let me switch over to these and then we'll start wrapping this video up, all right? So this is a quick audio test using the Yelangu wireless microphone system about 1 year later, all right? Again, I use this microphone primarily for my top-down shots. So anytime you're watching my videos and you see top-down shots, just know that it's this system, the Mayono, or either the Foldtree or the Vagu system. I like to use wireless microphone systems when I'm doing top-down shots. That way I don't have any cables or anything in the way. But this is an audio test. I wanted you guys to hear it once again, just so you can kind of come to the final conclusion on if this audio sounds good to you. I'm not using a lapel mic, and I'm not going to do anything to the audio in post. I'm not going to put any of my settings that I typically will put on this microphone. I'm not doing any of that. You're going to get it exactly the way you're hearing it right now. Just a couple things to note, though. My camera level on my ZV-1 is set to a level 7. I always have a tendency to leave my camera at 7 when I'm using wireless microphone systems because I found in the past that that's what works for me. I have went up to about 8 and 10 every now and then, but 7, I just typically leave it there. And then I kind of turn up the audio a little bit on my wireless system. But for right now, I still have this system set the way it's been set for the past year. So I don't even know the volume because it doesn't show you the volume on this actual system. So you can turn it up as much as you want, but you have to kind of watch your audio levels to make sure that when you turn this up, make sure you speak into it to see what the audio levels are, and then you kind of press the volume down to get it out of the red, get it back into the green. You know what I mean? So that's how that's going to work. Just in case for those that's wondering how do you manage or maintain that audio level coming out of this microphone. All right. But again, level is set to 7 in the actual ZV-1. So hopefully this video has been helpful. Again, shouts out to Triz Pet. I appreciate you reaching out and asking me about these. Again, guys, I am in the process of going back through a lot of these older products, and I promise you guys within this first half of this year, I promise you I'm going to get back to them, and I'm currently working on those things right now. So hopefully this video has been helpful, and hopefully Triz Pet, I answered your question. And if you did find this video helpful in any way, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's been your man Jay, and I will catch you guys in the next video. All right, peace.